Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy. Poor Odie.
Why?
Because he went to his meet and greet today, and he was a little nervous. And because of that, she opted to pass on the odoriferous. And I totally get it. It was fair.
His nerves cause a little bit of, stress. And therefore he was a little bit unfriendly.
At first.
Poor little guy.
But he'll be fine. Just sad for him.
He doesn't know what's going on, and he got to come home with people who love him, so he doesn't even know something happened. But I'm sad for him.
This makes me sad for him. I mean, whether he knows or not, we know, and it just makes me sad for him. I feel like, poor dude.
And then the poor little guy on the way back from his meet and greet got so car sick that he chucked all his breakfast in the backseat of the car.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah. Especially since his food is made of 98% rice.
What is it about our little zoo that we attract all the neurotic weirdos?
I don't know, because we have all the neurotic weirdos. The cats are all neurotic. Odie is neurotic. And the most neurotic of all of them is the Yog of dogs.
Exactly, and the pigs are neurotic even.
They're doing quite well with their ramp-free environment.
I mean, when I finally get a chameleon, am I going to have a neurotic chameleon as well?
Yes.
Interesting. But let's talk about Yogi. And let's talk about how neurotic that dog is. So
I don't even know where to start.
What are your 3 favorite Yog dogisms of neuroticness?
My favorite ones?
Mm-hmm.
I only have one favorite one, and the rest of them are just kind of annoying. So, my favorite one is his weird little I'm super happy a ruse in the hallway.
Okay.
When he's not making, any kind of normal dog sound, but he gets his, deep guttural dog sound.
Yeah.
In the hallway. That's my favorite one. I think it's so dang cute.
Okay.
The ones that are annoying are the fact that he gets butthurt and craps on the floor sometimes. And the other one is his food bowl thing. Well, this dog is ridiculous. You put the food in the bowl. Dog, supposed to eat the food, right? No. He has to headbutt the bowl 97,000 times before he can eat the food.
See, I agree with you on those 3, but I would add, since I get to do 3, you can have those 3, and I'll take 2 of yours and add this one in. You can pick whichever, it doesn't matter. But I would add him, when he perceives you as raising your voice at him, he rolls over on his back.
Oh, and when he perceives you as raising your voice in general, even if you're just, emphasizing a piece of a story, he hides behind the other person and shivers.
Yeah. That's true. So there's 5 things.
I'm sure we could think of a 6th one if we really gave it some effort.
He's just so weird. Like he could be in the happiest of moods, and then he perceives you as being too loud or scary, and he hides behind the other person. Or if you're outside and you say his name real harshly to stop him from doing something, he stops, rolls over on his back.
Yeah.
I
can't even. He's just ridiculous.
He's just weird like that. And like you said, he holds a grudge.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you do something that he doesn't like, he will poo on the floor that day.
Yes, especially if it's we have done something he didn't like.
Right. But only that day.
Hold on, I figured out a 6th one. When we bought him this big fluffy bed, that's super dog comfortable, he's super dog ridiculous, Because it all started...
Let's just say, keep it simple and clean for once, that he is in love with his bed.
And he drags it all over the house.
He knows his bed in the biblical way.
And drags it all over the house. Like a lunatic.
But each of these things, it's like he has these little weird neuroses, but in the end, he's just like this cute, loving, sweet, gentle, kind dog.
None of them are actually annoying to the point where you'd be like, oh, get away from me, you're so annoying. No, they're just like, what are you doing, you lunatic? Annoying.
Yeah. And it's just, his some of the weirdness that he does is kind of funny, you know? I mean, the whole, like, he wants your attention, so he goes and climbs. This is the other one we didn't talk about. He wants your attention, so he goes and climbs up on the back of the couch and sits on my shoulder.
Like a parrot.
Like,
big furry parrot.
Like, what is that? But he does it, and it's cute, and you have to laugh, but it's weird. It's really weird. Like, as you sit here, you think of more and more weird, neurotic things that the Yog Dog does.
Or how about when we're walking to the elevator, and if Yog Dog is not on a leash, because, you know, we recently trained him to be well-behaved and off a leash inside the apartment building, he sniffs at the railing and runs ahead and does all his weird, normal Yog Dog stuff. But the second you put him on a leash, he's got to walk up against the edge of the building, and if you try to pull him at all, he freezes his legs and you have to drag him.
Yeah, when he's free on his own, he goes to the edge and sniffs, has a good old time. You put him on the leash, and it's like, bam, he clings to the wall.
Yeah. He's a weirdo. This dog's a lunatic.
Well, and like, okay, even another one. He sees the neighbor lady on the walkway. He tries to run past her.
Right.
He sees her downstairs by the mailbox. He stops and lets her pet him. It's the same person and the same dog. It's just the location of where they're meeting.
Yep. Yep, that's a weird one too.
But you know, it's like everybody, I mean, human beings, we're like that too. We have our weird neuroses and like little strange quirks that are about us.
He just seems to have an awful lot of them.
Yes, but most of them are adorable, if you ask me. I know they annoy you, but I think they're adorable.
No, I think the only one that's annoying is the headbutting of his bowl.
And I think that's cute.
And the only reason I think it's annoying is because he spills his water all over the fucking place while he does it. Yeah. That's why he no longer has a food bowl that's attached to his water bowl.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
The things you have to do to accommodate your cuckoo crazy Cairn Terrier. Because he is definitely cuckoo crazy.
Don't even get us started on the neuroses of the other animals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the funny thing about him, as I think about it, and I've talked to like Alyssa about him, is when we went and saw him at the dog pound, he was in a cage, of course, and he scratched and scratched and scratched and scratched at the cage door. Fast forward to when you put him in the crate. What does he do? Scratch and scratch and scratch at the cage door. Mm-hmm. Then he did his thing where they put us in like this enclosed, gated, fenced-in area, and it had like a little square bench that you could sit in like a circle around, and it was Mitchell, Alyssa, and me in that order. He jumped straight up into Alyssa's lap and started licking her face. Then he turned and licked my face, and then he just kind of looked at Mitchell like, meh. He's always not liked Mitchell.
And Mitchell hadn't even had the opportunity to be mean to him yet at that point.
He's always not liked Mitchell. It's just weird.
Maybe now I understand why Mitchell's mean to him sometimes. Maybe it's the Yog Dog's fault.
It probably is. At least 50% of the time.
Yeah, well.
But he's just like, the good thing about him, though, is he's very consistent. Like, you can count on him doing these weird things at specific times. He, like you talk about his headbutting the bowl. You give him food, he headbutts the bowl. Or his little weird roo sound that you talked about. He does that when he gets to the end of the hallway and he's in front of the door. And then he's waiting for us, and you can see him building up to it. And he kind of like
He does this
stomps
little
over.
stompy thing, and then he wiggles his body, and then he, ow! Like, all right. Hello to you too, dingus.
He doesn't. It's so deep.
How about how cute it is that I'm teaching him to howl at fire trucks?
Yeah. That's another weird thing, though, because you started off, and like yesterday, I think it was, when we were in the bedroom, you were trying to make him howl, and he kept looking at me, and I wasn't howling with him, so he was trying to withstand it. But he was letting out his little whimpers, like,
Yeah. And then as soon as you let out a howl...
And then I started howling, and all of a sudden he was like, rah! He just went for it. So, I don't know. He's just, like I said, he's committed. You can tell when the Yog Dog is going to do something weird. And that's good. That's all well and good. I like when the Yog Dog does something weird. So let's talk, before we close out of the show, let's talk a little bit about our weekend. Because we have another fun weekend ahead of us here.
I'm thinking it's going to be about 50% fun and 50%...
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the thing. I think that,
Did you just sniff your arm?
No. My shirt.
Okay.
Thanks for telling everybody, though. It's radio. They can't see what I did, and they're not supposed to see what I did.
I was just pointing out your neuroses.
Dingus. I don't have to point out yours. You are neuroses.
I know.
Ha!
It's really just pretty obvious.
Gotcha.
Anyway, tell the people about our weekend.
Well, we have a soccer tournament again, but it's very close to home.
Which is awesome.
It means spending time with certain people that we don't really want to spend time with, but that's okay. Whatever.
It's okay. Hopefully those people have learned to stay the hell away from us.
Yeah, right? Like, and then Ashley's new boyfriend is here. And so we're going to go see the Dodgers play the Padres on Sunday. And then have dinner. So that will be very nice. That will be enjoyable.
And uncomfortable, because it's new people.
Be uncomfortable for you won't be uncomfortable for me.
This is true.
Somehow I'll fix it for you. I don't know how yet, but I will. You know
maybe the two of you can gang up and make fun of his foreign accent for once. Huh?
It's all about the money. Have you been ootin' a boot?
I'm gonna punch you in the news.
Did you see Yogi do the scoot when you were ootin' a boot?
You can't even do it properly.
Don't toot when you're ootin' a boot.
I'm gonna toot on your head in a second.
I think it's funny. You do realize the rule, right? I'm counting how many times you're hitting me.
I'm
and then I'm going to
massaging.
hit you 10 times harder.
I'm massaging your thigh muscle.
And twice as many.
I'm massaging your thigh muscle.
Sure you are.
I am.
Well, if that's the case, you better hit harder because you're not hitting hard enough. That's a big ass fucking muscle right there. Whoops, I got to bleep that out. Sorry.
That's what she said.
Okay. I think tomorrow night might be the dad jokes episode.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be it.
Ugh.
I'm thinking.
So you're just going to sit here and tell all of your latest jokes?
I'm gonna tell dad jokes, and then I'm gonna tell my jokes, and then I'm gonna explain what the difference is between a dad joke, which is lame, and a Mike joke, which is actually funny.
And then we're going to put up a poll on Facebook, and you can decide if the Mike jokes are actually dad jokes, and solve this argument once and for all.
No, we won't be.
Yes, we will.
No.
You can't control what's posted.
But I can.
No.
And I will.
Nah.
Yep. Anything that goes up, taking it down. I don't want polls. I hate polls. Polls are not accurate for anything. Polls suck. Have you not learned this?
You're welcome to your opinion, I suppose.
Hold on a second. For me, I think that people's neuroses are always just called quirks. So-and-so has this quirk or that quirk. But it's no different than the Yog Dog nosing his bowl or rolling on his back. Like, we all know the person that, like, if you say their name, like their whole name, they get real quiet, like, what? What did I do wrong? And they get all defensive. You know, and that's what he's doing when he rolls over on his back. Like, what did I do? Here, let me be submissive to you. So, I think it's interesting that people and dogs do the same thing, but with dogs, you know, we call it a neuroses, and with the people, it's just a quirk.
No, some people are neurotic too.
Are they? Mm-hmm. You think?
I think it depends on how many you have.
How many people in one place?
No, I think it depends on how many neuroses you have.
Oh. Yeah.
If you're neurotic about absolutely everything, then you're no longer quirky, you're neurotic.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Anyway, you were going to tell everybody about what we're doing this weekend.
I did, and then I told you we were going to the Dodger game and we're going to go out to dinner. And then you brought up something about... I don't remember what you brought up at that point.
You were making fun of my accent.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you said maybe the two of us could make fun of his accent.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody went silent, so it was actually at a natural breaking point.
Okay, perfect. Well, I can just cut all that out. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about, was like our crazy weekend, which we seem to have lots of every time now.
Literally every weekend.
And do you realize that, like, the next weekend is, like, what, Labor Day? And then the following weekend after that is the first cross-country meet and the first soccer game? Mm-hmm. All on the same day?
Yes, I realize that I'm going to start wanting to shoot myself in the face every weekend.
It's crazy how busy it gets. But yeah.
Goodbye weekends, it's been fun.
Yeah, until December. Well, actually this year it'll be until November.
Yep.
But then I don't know what high school soccer's going to bring. Never experienced it before. But after this year we'll have a good idea.
Their games aren't on weekends.
How do you know? Their cross-country meet is on weekend.
Mitchell said that they were on...
I know they play tournaments on weekends because when we went to Subway that one time...
But it won't be every weekend.
There were kids there that had just come from a tournament.
It won't be every weekend.
No, it won't be.
It'll be once in a while for a tournament and then weekly games.
Yeah.
So that'll be okay.
All right, well, I think that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope. Guess that means it's time for goodnight, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye. Olive.
Hi everyone, this is Mike, and I truly hope you enjoyed this show. You're able to subscribe to this show on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher so as to never miss an episode. If by chance you did miss an episode here or there, you can catch up on all shows, past and present, by heading over to yogispodcastnetwork.com/TNR show. Thanks for listening.